Hi. In today's video, I'm going to show you two interview questions which recently, these are two interview questions recently my participants, they asked in the interview. So I thought like I will share these two interview questions. Maybe it will help you. So one interview question is, scenario is, let me explain you the scenario. So we are going to create one purchase order, like interviewer is asking. So we have created one purchase order. So this PO is created for, let's say, 25 units. Okay, so this is 25 units and a price of something, let's say it is 5. Okay, USD 5. This is the purchase order created. So in this case, what will be your price? So the price will be 125 USD. This is our PO. This PO is created for 25 units and a price of $5 per material per unit, and the PO will be raised as 125. This is step first. Then normally we used to create purchase order, then we used to process GR, and with reference to GR, we used to process the invoice. But in this case, they did something different. So, and quite obvious also. So they have created PO, but after that, they process the invoice. They process the vendor invoice. That means they have processed here the Miro. Instead of Migo, they processed Miro. And this time they processed Miro wrongly. The user process it as 230 plus tax. The invoice supposed to be 125 plus tax, but it was processed as 230, some human error you can say. So it is processed as 230 plus tax. So invoice processed here. So we will do that on, we will see. After that, they process the goods. GR processed means they process Migo here. And obviously for the same, it is processed Amiro. Then later they realize this is a mistake here there, and they are going to cancel the entire process. So they want to first cancel. Obviously they are going to cancel invoice, then they are going to cancel the goods receipt, and they are going to nullify this entry or this process. Then finally they are going to create a purchase order. So this is what scenario was there. What are the activities will be there, and for this. So for this, what is prerequisite configuration? So as you know, for this, the prerequisite configuration should be logistic configuration should be there. FI configuration should be there, and FI configuration, FI integration is also there. As tax is there, so tax component point of view, so tax on sale purchase also will be there, and the relevant settings, whatever it is there, it is there. So I'm going to explain this scenario. The required configurations already there in my company code, so that I'm going to use here, and we will see this one. And first we are going to create PO, then we will process invoice, or we are going to process Miro for 230 plus tax, then we are going to process the GR for same, and after that we are going to reverse everything. We are going to reverse all the process. So for some reason, or some reason here you can see reason is clear, so we want to cancel that particular entire process. Okay, so let's move into the next. I'm going to switch to SAP screen, and there I'm going to explain you. So I'm going to create one purchase order, ME21. This is our vendor, purchase organization, purchase group. For demonstration purpose, I created one material, and the material number is 513. Quantities as per my example, as I said, we are going to procure here 25 units, and here delivery date, expected delivery date is current date, and price is 5. Currency, material group. So 125 will be my invoice price, expected invoice price, but user is going to post it wrongly. PO created, let's note it. Now I'm going to process not Migo, not GR. Directly we are going to process invoice. Tax is 5%. So it is already configured at company code level. So that's why it is coming. So here, as I said, it is wrongly processed by the user 230 and quantity 25. So with your tax baseline data, I'm taking current rate. So with tax, it is 11.50 is tax amount. So invoice amount is 24150. 230. Okay, so my mistake. Why I was thinking like why this is one is coming. It's invoice 230 2025. Okay, so let's post it. So invoice processed and it is blocked for payment because invoice verification is not yet done. So that's why it is blocked for the payment. Let's note it. And let's see the invoice amount. So vendor invoice should be there. And what is the accounting entry? So accounting entry is vendor is going to credit, GRIR account is going to debit. In this case, GRIR is going to debit because here we are processing invoice first. So GRIR is going to debit and the tax component is also there. So FBL1N. Right. So my vendor line item display, and this is my vendor invoice, and this is our accounting entry. Although it is wrong posting, but this is what the user posted this document. So vendor credited, GRIR account debited 86, and input tax, that is purchase tax, that is also debited. Now for the same amount, we are going to process the GR. Also, you can see the FBL3N GR entries. Okay, so this is your reconciliation account, accounts payable updated, and this is your GRIR account having the debit balance and the tax amount. Now I'm going to process the Migo. Goods receipt. So our purchase order. Against this purchase order, we are going to have the GR. And document posted. Now there is no change in your invoice, but now we can, as GR processed, if you're going to make the payment, then you can unblock this payment for the releasing of or payment. But anyway, we realize that there is an issue with this entire process. But right now we can see your GRI account 0 because initially it was posted as debit entry with our invoice document type. You can see RE, and with GR it is posted as credit entry. So this is done. Check this accounting entry also. So GRI account debit, GRI account credited, which was debited earlier. Now it is credited, and your material account debited. So inventory received. With this entire process completed, but next one is your payment. But here we realize that we created the purchase order for 125, but actually here the everything is processed as 230 plus tax. So that's why we are going to cancel everything. So we are going to cancel the invoice. We are going to cancel the GR also. So we are going to cancel the invoice, or we are going to process the credit memo. So question was in interview, if you are going to do, then everything will be there. I mean, everything will be reversed, or there will be any error, or what will be your approach? Let's say business is saying that we wrongly posted everything here. So what will be your solution? Okay, so we will verify whether any error is there or not. So we are going to process the amount. So after this, you will find that vendor should be 0 because we are not going to make any payment for this particular activity. That's why we cancel, or we are going to process credit memo. Done. This is your payable balance. Now let's refresh it. 0. Open line items are there that we need to clear as part of your month end activities, but it is 0. So the credit memo posted here. So initially it was credit entry. Now it is posted as debit entry. Done. Plus we are going to have, we have to process this one, this GRIR account also. We need to, because this is 0. So this one also we need to process. So go to Migo. Cancel it. It's not yet executed. Okay. So which material? 513. How many quantities? 25 quantities, and related to the same PO, and process it. No error. Post. This one is also processed, so there is no error. Now your accounts payable balance 0. Material, whatever we have received, that also we cancelled. GRIR account also it is cancelled. So that means absolutely in this process, if any error will be there, then everything we can cancel. We cancel the invoice, we cancel the GR, and all these entries nullified, because in place of 125 plus tax, this is our PO amount. Wrongly by user, it was created as 230 plus tax as your invoice, and same GR was processed. So we cancel this one, GR, we cancel the invoice. And in this process, normally maybe you must be thinking like, first we will create GR, then we will invoice, but it's not like that. If you are going to process the invoice, then that also can be possible. Only thing is, for verification point of view, this invoice will be blocked. If you check this one, your vendor line item, which is, although we cancelled, but you can see here the vendor credit entry, it was initially, it was payment block R. That means it is pending for the invoice GR point of view. So it is possible. So in this process, absolutely there is no error. So this would be your answer. There is another error was there. If you are familiar with extension ledger, my mistake. So there is another question in interview, what he faced. So that is related to your what you can say extension ledger. If you are familiar with extension ledger, you can correlate these things. So the question was, can we replace the non-leading ledger? Because we have non-leading ledgers, that those are your standard ledgers. So can we replace the non-leading ledgers with extension ledger? Okay. The question was, can we replace the non-leading ledger with extension ledger? Is it possible or not? Yes, maybe. Yes, we can. The answer should be yes. Let me repeat the question once again. The question was, can we replace our non-leading ledger, which is one of our standard ledger, So can we replace non-leading ledger with extension ledger? So as nowadays, or in S4 we have extension ledgers are there, and we have some benefits with extension ledgers. So if you're familiar, you know what are the benefits. So can we replace the extension ledger with non-leading ledgers, or can we completely replace the non-leading ledgers? Provided that here it is possible, that means as we have the base ledger, so we can take leading ledger or non-leading ledger as our base ledger for the non-leading ledger, and which is running with almost the same functionalities whatever we have in our your non-leading ledgers. So we are using the non-leading ledger or leading ledger as base ledger. So that is why same functionalities and delta can be posted directly to the extension ledger. So answer is yes, it is possible. We can directly post to the extension ledger, but subject to. Okay, so here some restrictions are there, like for example, it depends on your business need. In some cases non-leading ledger more flexible. Okay, so non-leading ledger might be more flexible, like for example, extension ledger cannot be added manually to the ledger group. So when you are creating the ledger group, so there we can add the non-leading ledger, but there we can't add the extension ledger. So if that is your need, then yes, non-leading ledger cannot be replaced with your extension ledger. That is one that means answer is yes, it is possible. We can post the delta entries as we are using the underlying ledgers for your as your base ledger, your non-leading ledger, but subject to this one, we can't add this one with our ledger group. And second thing, that in asset accounting we can't add it. Okay, so extension ledger, it is not possible, it is not compatible with your asset accounting. So when we are adding the depreciation areas with related to your accounting principle, so there we are using the leading ledger and non-leading ledger, not the extension ledger. So you can answer that it is possible, but subject to these are. So if your business need is these two, then maybe non-leading ledger cannot be replaced with your extension ledger. Okay, so I thought I will share with this one. Another question was there, might be you are familiar with this one. It is related to 2020 GL master data. So question was, there is a new account type. So we know in our S4, there are 4 account types are there up to 1909. So one account type is related to P, primary cost and revenue. Then there is another account type which is for balance sheet, that is X. Then we have non-operating revenue and cost, and we have secondary cost element. This is from the beginning, it is these 4 account types are there. Whereas in 2020 onwards, we got a new account type that is for C. So what is the use of that? So the answer is for this one, for the bank accounting. Now, when we are going to create our bank accounting related GL masters, so those GL masters should be created with category C. Okay, so let me show you this one. Okay, so I was talking about this option, cash account. So in 19 up to 1909, you will find these 4 options: balance sheet account, non-operating, primary, secondary, and the 5th one is the cash account. So question was, what is the use of this cash account? In which situation we are going to use it? So this is related to your bank account. So when we are creating the bank accounts for our bank master, like you are creating, suppose you are creating one GL for your bank account. So let's say we have Citibank, this is your bank master, and you are supposed to create one GL account. So earlier, what we used to create, we used to create one main bank account. Then we have to create incoming bank account and outgoing bank account. Now you are going to create same main bank account, but when you will create the bank GL masters, so that GL master you have to select as option C. Okay, so particularly let me check here this one. So suppose this one, if you select here, suppose you are going to create, let me create a GL master. So suppose I will take 3003, one account I'm creating. Now, if I will select here option C, that is cash account, then I need to select here the GL account subtype. This is nothing but your OBD4, so GL account group. And I'm using one of my participants configuration data. So it is 2020 system. And this one is, you need to select here the option. So we have 3 options are there. Okay, the moment you are going to select GL account type as C, that is your cash, then three options are there. If you think this is your main bank account, means it is you are going to link with the Citibank master data, then select here the bank reconciliation account. So subcategory should be main account type should be cash, then GL account type should be B, that is your subcategory, then continue this account. If you think, or if you're thinking like this account is your clearing account, which is similar earlier we used to create as your incoming outgoing account. So now we are going to create one clearing account, and that clearing account you are going to select here as bank sub account. If it is clearing account, sub account you are going to create. The moment you will select here sub account, then it will ask you the reconciliation account. So you need to specify the reconciliation account, which is nothing but your bank account. Okay, so one option is main bank account, that is you are going to select here subcategory as bank reconciliation, or B, if it is related to bank sub account, then you will select here sub account and you need to specify the reconciliation account. Third option is sub account. Under the same cash account option, you will select petty cash. This is nothing but your cash channel. So for cash channel, you have to select this option. So this will be your petty cash account. So this is the changes related to GL master. It is not that important question, but yes, this is the changes are there. So I thought I will share with you. Okay, so I hope these three scenarios or these three questions will help you in your interview. So any further question if you have, or any issues, you can post it in comments. I will try to create one video on the same, which will help you in your interview. Thank you very much.